Hey, so today I'm over here on the boardwalk with my partner Justin Lott, and this boardwalk actually connects the beach to Ponte Vedra Inlet. And it's just so convenient. So if you're living here, you can walk right across the street. You got the Ponte Vedra Lodge, which I'm a member of. By the way, I am Gail DeMarco. If you've been to my channel before, welcome back. And if you haven't, well, welcome. If you like what you hear and you want to hear more content about Ponte Vedra or anywhere in St. Johns County, please go ahead and leave a comment below. Justin, I wanted to ask you a question because this is the question we get from all of our buyers.
Yes.
You know, why Ponte Vedra Beach? And why is the price point so much more?
As you can kind of see right now, I mean, there's just a lot of outdoor activities. People are out here, they're walking around, they're riding their bikes, and you have the beautiful ocean. And I mean, you have a lot of beaches.
Let's talk about that beach because you and I just had a couple of different events. I was in Cabo and then I was in Hawaii. And I got to tell you, you cannot compare those beaches. This beach is pristine, white sand. It's incredible. So when people feel that sand between their toes, there's like no comparison here.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, you don't have a lot of opportunities really to park. You don't have a lot of tourists, right, that are coming up here. It's not a packed house. You don't have, people all over the place. So there's these little walkways to get to the beach.
All up and down.
All up and down, but there's no real parking unless you go to Michaeler's, right? Or if you go to Jack's Beach. So that's really the unique feature is you have almost like private beaches. You're either a member at the club or you're going to live in some of these areas off Ponte Vedra Boulevard that you're going to be able to walk to, right?
At some of those clubs. But that's the one thing I love because if you go up and down Ponte Vedra Boulevard, there's parking like every 100 feet to get onto the beach.
It's a very desirable spot to get one of these houses. These homes can, range from a couple $1 million all the way up to $30 million.
The sad thing is some people just can't afford to live here. Right? Unless they're willing to make a concession.
Well, there's some affordable options, but there's a concession in everything. Yeah. It's just, what are the most important things to you? And you never can change location. You're not having a ton of tourists coming in here. Right. You're not having a lot of short-term renters. The school bus is coming down the street picking up the kids. You have a lot of people that live here full-time. This is their community. And that's what makes it so special.
So let's talk about the different price points and neighborhoods. So you're a family. You're moving here from New York. You want to be close to the beach, you're under $1 million. What would be the good neighborhoods?
This is a great community over here, Ponte Vedra by the Sea, single family houses. And you can find some for 1.4, 1.5, all the way up to maybe $2.5 million. A little more square footage, anywhere from maybe 2,700 square feet all the way up to the high threes.
So you and I are working a buyer right now and it's very important and they have a budget, a pretty good budget. I believe it's up to $2 million, and they want their children to be able to ride their bike to Michaeler's Beach or to the lodge. Yeah. What would those neighborhoods be?
This would be a great neighborhood here, Ponte Vedra by the Sea. Okay. That would probably be the top pick just because of its relative location to the ocean. You can definitely get into Sawgrass Country Club. That would be another option.
So now we're at my favorite place, the Ponte Vedra Lodge and Inn. People have a choice when they get here. They can either just go to the beach, or if you're kind of lazy and stressed for time like me, you can join a beach club. I didn't want to have to lug chairs. I have a 90-year-old mother and she loves coming here. Her stuff, my grandkids' stuff. I love pulling up and having private parking. It is worth every single penny. So because Justin did mention in the first part of this video that it is per square foot more expensive to live here. So I thought, well, I'm going to live over in a river town. Well, shoot, I can afford a beach club. So the extra $100,000 or $200,000 or $300,000 I may have spent buying a home here, I just took a chunk of that money and joined this club. When I joined, it was pretty much $40,000 to sign up, which is really a bargain. Now it's going to be $60,000. And they have a small yearly membership fee. So for me, I enjoy the wine dinners. I mean, look at the scenery. And if you're visiting here from out of town, I can set you up for the day here as my guest with food, with umbrellas, lounge chairs, tables, and just really experience the beach, what it really is to be a member here. The food is great. We're about to have some of that. But again, the beach access is super, super easy.
And like I was saying before, there's very few parking options if you're not an actual resident here or you're not a member at one of these clubs, top tier club with the amenities.
You're right. I mean, we just walked by the gym. The gym is amazing. They have so many great classes. They do yoga on the beach here. I like the fact that I can leave my wallet, I can leave my personal belongings on my chair when I'm enjoying this beach. That's one of the reasons I chose this club, and they just really catered. And the fact they also have a little hotel right here on the beach. So if we have a guest from out of town, you can stay here. I can get you a special rate. Just reach out to me and ask me. One of the things my grandkids love about this place is usually over there to my left, they have snow cones, they have ice cream, they have arts and crafts, they have all kinds of things, and they have pony rides and horse rides on the beach. So they do a summer camp here every year, and then it's usually like a week or 2 weeks, so you can have your kids sign up for summer camp. My kids have learned how to do surf lessons here. So they've come here for 3 years and they've done surf lessons, and they're better surfers than I am right now. So they really are family oriented. There's the kid pool is across the street, right? So that's where all the kids really hang out. I like my kids. I just don't want to hang out with kids. When I'm here, I want to put on these metal glasses and listen to music. So if you want more information, we could definitely give you information about joining all the different clubs. So Justin, when you talk about golfing, that's the other big thing. People want to know about golfing, and you're a golfer.
I am, yes. Literally right down the road. That's going to be like the epicenter of pro golf.
And we just had the TPC
We did.
event. So do you have to join a club, or is there a lot of public golfing?
So that's a great question. So TPC is actually public.
Right.
So you can play the stadium course. That's where the Players Championship's held. Or you can play the Valley course. So that's a little more budget friendly. It's about $200, $250. Public can play Valley. When it comes to stadium, you're looking at upwards of $800 for a round. It's one of those bucket list golf courses.
Now I know what to get you for Christmas.
I would never turn that one down right there around at the stadium course.
So let's talk about the difference between here and Fort Myers, or even like Destin, because when people are thinking about Florida, they're looking all over Florida. For me, when I started looking, I just kind of decided the beaches are gorgeous. But one thing I noticed, one of my really good friends, he lives in Destin, we were at his house, and to go from his house, which should be 10 minutes, was 45 minutes because of all the tourists. And that was a deal breaker for me.
It's different than here, where you have people living year round, or they're living half of the year here, or a little bit of tax benefits, but they're also not wanting to deal with the tourists, not willing to deal with the traffic. This is a little bit more laid back, off the beaten path. You're not going to see it on a lot of your travel magazines, and that's a good thing.
We are seeing a lot more celebrities move here, right? I mean, you did do an incredible sale, or a $19 million sale. People are looking for non-touristy, beautiful, pristine parts of Florida. People don't realize Florida is so different. Just like New York, Long Island versus upstate New York. The difference in the temperature. Because we're in northeast and we're right underneath Georgia, we get this beautiful wind, and we get, I think, a way better temperature, right?
Yeah, it's the Gulf Stream.
There's parts of Miami that are fantastic. If you have $100 million,
you're not going to have $100 million, $150 million properties like you would in Palm Beach, like you would in Naples, right? So you come up here, you can get something comparable from a property standpoint.
Right.
And you could be looking at $15 million on this stretch, $20 million on this stretch, $25 million on this stretch. That sounds like a lot of money, right? But comparatively speaking to some of the other areas around the state, we're very budget. You have St. Augustine Airport. That's going to be a private airport. And then there's Craig Airfield. From here, we're talking 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, for Jacksonville International.
It's a great airport. You know Ponte Vedra, south, north, inside and out. You know every nook and cranny of this community. Just education alone is super important. That's why I'm so glad to partner with you.
At the end of the day, there's a little bit of speculation and there's a little bit of risk, but we try to mitigate that.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I really, really appreciate you taking a good chunk out of your day and spending with me, educating me and the viewers that are out there. So I'll put in your link below and how to get in touch with you. And I'm excited to see your new listing that you just told me about. We'll head on to that place next.
Would love to.
And again, if you haven't been to our channel before, you're going to see a lot more from Justin and I on here. Go ahead and please subscribe or tell us what neighborhoods or what questions that you have. Thanks for watching.